The man just proposed to his girlfriend, when his first love suddenly appeared acting crazy at the proposal site. This instantly caught the man's attention. He couldn't believe it was his first love who abandoned him 4 years ago, unaware that danger was approaching. His enemy was walking toward him with a fruit knife. Just as the knife was about to strike, his mentally unstable first love stepped in and took the hit. The man rushed her to the hospital, begging the doctor to save her life. He couldn't understand why the girl who left him years ago had ended up in such a terrible state. To find out the truth, he took his fiancée to the police station to confront the enemy who had already been arrested. But the man had no memory of this person. He had no idea why he was attacked. This made the enemy furious, and he revealed a devastating secret. Turns out the first love never ran away overseas. She was on her way to meet him that day. When she saw the enemy tampering with his car, she tried to stop him, but ended up being kidnapped to a remote village and tortured for 4 whole years, driven to the point of insanity. The man's heart ached for her. He regretted not searching for her. After his grandfather told him she'd eloped with someone else, the doctor then came out of the room, telling the man that due to long-term abuse, her mental state was severely damaged, and after repeated forced abortions, she could never have children again. This made the man feel even more guilty. Just then his grandfather arrived, and without hesitation pulled the man away. His fiancée followed quietly out of concern. They heard the grandfather say firmly, the man must break up with his fiancée and marry his first love instead, because she saved his life, and now her life was completely ruined. He had to take responsibility. As the man hesitated, his first love suddenly woke up in the hospital room, her eyes full of fear, muttering the man's name over and over. This scene broke the fiancée's heart. She felt sorry for the first love, but couldn't let go of the man she deeply loved. Right then, the grandfather approached the fiancée and strongly demanded she step aside, saying if the man didn't marry his first love, he would be condemned by everyone and lose his right to inherit the family business. So for the man's reputation and for his future, the woman decided to walk away. She burst into the hospital room in tears and began verbally attacking the first love. The man was furious and shoved her to the ground. The fiancée seized the moment to break up. The man had never seen her act so irrationally. He tried to go after her, but his first love was triggered and started having another episode. He had no choice but to stay and calm her down. When he got home, the woman calmly packed up all his belongings, ready to end the relationship for good. The next morning, a crowd of reporters surrounded the first love, bombarding her with questions about the past 4 years. She broke down and ran to the edge of a bridge, crying that she was no longer pure, and the man would never want her again. The man gently tried to soothe her, but the reporters showed no concern for her well-being. Their sharp questions aggravated her fragile mind even more. They then turned to the man, asking if he refused to marry her out of disgust. The man had no choice but to promise on the spot that he would take her as his wife. The woman could only leave quietly. On her way home, she overheard the grandfather's dark plan. Turns out the forced marriage wasn't about making up for the past, but about claiming a large inheritance left by the first love's parents. After the man inherited it, he would abandon her completely. The woman was shocked. Her kind heart burned with anger for the first love. She decided to tell the man everything, but was discovered by the grandfather, who immediately had her drugged to stop her from ruining his plan. The grandfather even announced publicly that the wedding would be